Now we'll see our next control statement, that is loop. Now previously we have seen if-else statement, which is actually a decision control statement. In case of if-else or in case of decision control statement, our execution is depending on one condition. If condition is true, a certain set of instructions get executed. If condition is false, a different set of instructions will get executed. So that is how decision control works. We know that our flow of execution of a program is a sequential, means our statements will get executed one by one, which we can alter by means of decision control statement that we have seen. Now we will see it how we can manage this flow of program by using loops. Now the flow of the program written in any programming language is sequential, but sometimes we may need to alter the flow of the program. Means sometimes we want to execute some statements for repeated number of times. Means we want to execute some specific code for several number of times. So for this purpose we can use loops. A loop executes the sequence of statements many times until the stated condition becomes false. Hence, in case of loop, there is one condition which governs how many times we want to execute that specific code. Whenever that condition is true, that code will get executed. Once that condition becomes false, your execution of loop will stop. So that is how loop works. In case of Python, there are two loops, while loop and for loop. So first we will check while loop. Now see, while loop in Python is used to iterate over a block of a code as long as the condition is true. So see, this is a syntax of while loop. So as we have stated right now, every loop comes with one condition. Until that condition is true, it executes certain number of certain statements. Once that condition is false, your loop will break. So see, at start there is one test expression. Test expression is just nothing but a condition. Condition, as we have stated previously, it's any logical expression which generates output in true or false. It's like a relational expression, logical expression. So there is one condition. If this condition is true, it will execute this body of while. Body of while is just nothing but some group of statements. Now once all these statements get executed, it once again checks condition. Condition is true, it will once again execute this body of while. So this procedure repeats until this condition is true. Once this condition becomes false, we exit from loop. So this is how loop works. Here you can see the syntax of while loop. While is a keyword, then there is a condition. If condition is true, it executes this body of while. Okay, so we'll see one small example on this loop and we will understand its exact syntax. Example statement is this one. We'll enter one number n and we want to find out sum of all numbers from 1 to n. Okay, so this is our statement of program that we will enter one number n and we will find out sum of all numbers from 1 to n. So this will be your loop which will start from 1 and move up to n by incrementing number like 1, 2, 3, 4 likewise. Okay, so see here, first we are taking one number from keyboard. So here we are entering one number from keyboard which is n. Then we are creating one variable I. Initial value of I is 1. This will work like a counter from 1 to n. So value of I we will increment after every iteration of loop for 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we are creating one another variable sum which will store sum of all these numbers from 1 to n. So see how we'll write loop. First this keyword while, then condition of this loop. Now see, condition will be like this. We are starting from 1. We want to go up to n. So condition will be like this. I should be less than or equal to n. So this is a condition of loop now. So this loop will work from starting value of I as a 1 to value of I equal to n. Then loop. Now what exactly we want to do in loop? We just want to create sum of all numbers. So that we can do like this: sum is equal to sum plus I. Sum is equal to sum plus I. So every time I will be get added to this variable sum. So it will be a cumulative sum like this. And after every iteration, we are incrementing value of I by 1. You see how this loop will work. Initial value of I is 1. Condition becomes true. Then we are adding 1 to this sum. Next we increment value of I by 1. So I will be 2. Checks condition, adds to sum 3, 4. This will continue until I is less than n. Once value of I exceeds to n, this loop will break. Now these expressions what we have written, we can write it in some more easier way by using assignment operator. See, instead of saying sum is equal to sum plus I, we can say like this: sum plus equal to I. Okay, we can use this assignment operator. Same we can use for I also. Instead of saying I is equal to I plus 1, we can say I plus 1 equal to I plus equal to 1. So we are using this shorthand assignment operator to increment the value of I to 1 and to create this sum also. Okay, so final sum will be get stored in this variable sum that we can print over here. So here we are printing this sum. Execute this code. First enter any number. Suppose we are entering 5. It will create a sum from 1 to 5, which will be 50. So see, this is a syntax of loop. This is how we can write loop in our program. Now this warning we are getting over here is because sum is a built-in function. So that's why we are getting warning. So suggested that we should use some different name. But okay, it's warning. We can ignore it also. So this is how we can implement while loop here. This is a syntax of while loop.